Welcome to Burgau. Now you may have wondered what on earth we're doing down here. Well, we're diving deep into Burgau to follow every single street and check out all the little restaurants and cafes and things. And so you can come home with a really exciting view of this little village on the ocean. Now, this video is the fifth in our series of about 50 videos, all about the Algarve. And we're going from the least populated to the most populated town. And it's going to take us about a year to do this. So every single week, I publish a new video about a new village or town in the Algarve at 2 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. All right, Portugal time, obviously. So stick around, subscribe, tell your friends, and let's enjoy this new series of Algarve Unlocked. How's it going, man?
Yeah, good. Thanks for coming down.
Oh, you're welcome. So Nick is actually you better explain it yourself, right? You're a surf instructor. Before we dive into Nick's cool underwater workout, let me show you exactly where Burgau is and how to get there. All these other towns are the rest of the Algarve Unlocked towns I'm going to film in the future. So let's clear that up right now. Okay, so now you can see the A22 highway, which is our main toll-free highway, recently gone toll-free. It doesn't reach Burgau. So you need to transition to the single lane 125 main road from Lagos, which goes towards Burgau and it carries on to Sagres. It'll take about an hour and 10 to drive from Faro International Airport and about 3 hours 10 to get to Lisbon from Burgau. The train line only goes as far as Lagos, so if you're public transporting, take a taxi, Uber, or try the bus from Lagos to Burgau. It looks like there are 2 buses a day from Lagos at the cost of €4.15 a journey. It'll take you about 25 minutes, and if you want to book online, you can check out vamos.pt, although it's a fairly tough website to navigate. In Roman times, this coast was already known. Remnants of salt tanks and pottery fragments have been found near Burgau, suggesting that fish salted and preserved was once shipped across the empire. It wasn't until the Moorish era, when the Algarve was called Algarve al-Andalus, that the coast became truly interconnected. Small communities like Burgau were part of a vital maritime network, trading, fishing and farming. However, still, Burgau kept its distance from larger centres. For centuries, Burgau was little more than a fishing outpost, and the villagers lived off the sea, dragging their small boats up onto the beach every evening, a ritual that persisted well into the 20th century. The women of the village, as tough and determined as the Atlantic tides, were known to carry baskets of fish for miles inland to sell in nearby towns like Vila do Bispo or Lagos. There are also stories of smugglers, like Burgau's isolation and tricky coastline made it a perfect spot for contraband during the Napoleonic Wars and well into the 19th century. Locals whispered of barrels of brandy and tobacco coming ashore under cover of fog stashed in the caves below the cliffs. Life remained simple and slow in Burgau until the late 20th century. Electricity only arrived in the 1970s and paved roads were few. But as Portugal opened up to tourism, visitors began discovering this sleepy gem, a place where cobbled alleys, whitewashed houses, and a golden beach still echoes with the rhythm of a forgotten Algarve. How's it going, man?
Yeah, good. Thanks for coming down.
Oh, you're welcome. So Nick is actually you better explain it yourself, right? You're a surf instructor.
Well, I was a surf instructor for about 18 years,
Yeah.
and I've also been a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coach. I'm an overall kind of coach right now, and at the moment I'm teaching people about developing their resilience using underwater fitness. So breath holds, carrying weights, bottom of the swimming pool.
So you want me to do that right now?
Yes.
But it's like 7 o'clock and it's like 17 degrees in Burgau. It's about 25 degrees in Salvador.
Yeah.
You know?
To all the viewers out there in the normal world, that sounds perfectly good.
Okay, I got the gate. So what do you got there, 20 kilograms?
Yeah, 20 kilograms in each. every session of this is
Nick's a true professional and runs this underwater training all throughout the Western Algarve. And also he's expanding a little bit further east. He gave me a deep briefing and then we jumped into the pool and started doing some exercise. And I was a little bit apprehensive at first, to be honest, but it turned into such a fun experience. I'd actually love to do it again. And I wasn't tired at all by the end of it. I really wanted to like do a proper workout. And when you do it with a group of people, you know, that you play games and, you know, you throw that little dart torpedo around, which you can see, but you can also play like these fun catch games underneath the water. So you really do get a proper workout under the water, and it's so unique. Never done that before. It's fantastic. So, yeah, check out his link tree and go and try it out. So, 454 people live in Burgau, according to my sources. And where do they go for medical assistance? Well, there are government health centres, Centro Saúde, in Budens, which is 11 minutes drive, and Vila de Bispo, which is 20 minutes drive away. A private international clinic called Lugedoc has existed in Praia de Luge for years, and that's 7 minutes drive away. And if you want to use the bus, there are apparently two services, Vamos and Aonda, which I've put in a previous little note, but you may have missed it. As far as schools, the Valverde International School is on the road towards Praia de Luge, and it's pretty close to Burgau. Currently costs a maximum of 12,000 euros per year for the top price, and it actually goes from year 1 all the way to year 12 and 13. So these guys follow the British curriculum, IGCSEs and A-levels, but check them out for more detailed info. Valverde International School. Now, there are some more international schools in Lagos, with Portuguese schools close by in Budens and Vila de Bispo again, and also in Praia de Luge. Interestingly enough, there's a private Portuguese primary school in Luge, which is generally called a colégio. Okay, so hotels in Burgau. Hotel Praia de Burgau is currently closed, and I'm pretty sure it was on the market a few years ago. Who knows? It may have been sold and might be sort of being closed for reparations, but if you do know what's going on, let us know in the comments, because I'm curious. On top of the cliffs, on the eastern side, is Apartamentos Os Descobrimentos, and it's another hotel, and the rest of the place is just dotted with apartments to rent, just about all of which are full for summer. You need to book early. Many of the restaurants are clustered around these few streets highlighted in red. Now let's name a few, and then we'll dive into the streets and visit some with Nick Tiscoe as our host. Are there too many Nicks in this world? I mean, like business partners Nick, this is Nick, we have a lot of clients who are Nick. It's crazy these days. Anyway, okay, Beach Bar Burgau, where we had a quick drink later. Miam Burgau, where we have lunch later. Sul Restaurant. Number 9, Tashka Bar, for some really good fun at night. Ayers South African Restaurant, with fantastic people and great food. Love Burgau, just across the square, which is a real treat as well. O Club Restaurant Bar. Os Amigos, which is a patisserie or a cafe. It's quite funky. Casa Padaria. They have fantastic pizzas, I know for a fact because I've tried them myself. Repolho Gastro Bar, where we had a tour a long time ago. And that apparently replaced the Caravella family restaurant, if you've known that from years ago. There's also a Local Padaria. Down in the Lago dos Pescadores is the beautiful Corso Pizzeria, with Remy running his specialty coffee shop out of the main restaurant. His pop-up or residency or whatever you call it is named Horizon Coffee Corner, and they do crazy cool things Thursday to Mondays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Ancora Restaurant looks out over the square, as does Veranda de Burgau. In the middle of the square is Baraka, and head up the road a little bit to Pingas Bar. Down towards the beach is A Prateleira, as simple and as real as it gets. There are also a couple of Indian restaurants around, but I'll leave that up to you to find and discover those, because you got to do something, right? good here, eh?
So what's good here? We've got this amazing little bakery, Padaria, and the thing that I like is the pastel de nata, and you can get them in a lot of places, but there's something special going on here. Like she's got a spritz of lavender or something in it, and when you have it, you tell me what it is because I'm not sure what it is.
Those things right there.
Yeah.
So how many do we want? We want just 2, yeah?
Yeah. Dois, por favor.
So we're just taking these down to Corso because the lady didn't want to be filmed at all. But they're really, hopefully they're good. Prestige.
France in Biarritz.
Ah, Biarritz.
That's where my coffee story starts. And you have like with the milk is working well. You have this chocolate taste. I never went down.
You know Mad Max?
Absolutely.
It's like steampunk vibes.
Nice.
And they teach you how to do coffee.
This is your flat white.
Yeah, man, that's Portugal right there, isn't it? There's one more.
But look at this, as a coffee spot with a view. I mean,
That's gorgeous.
do me a favour. It's like I was living in Newquay, and that was nice.
Yeah. But the weather's obviously not as good as here. Right?
If you had, if you had a spot like this proximity to the ocean, it'd be cold right now.
Yeah.
You would be saying, "Oh, I wish that breeze would be longer off."
After coffee, actually fantastic coffee, at Remy's Horizon Coffee Corner, we strolled down to the beach to meet Lucy. Now, some of you may remember Lucy, Sean and daughter Sophia from previous videos, who have a boat building company and they do boutique accommodation right here in Burgau, adventures and active holidays. So check out oceanblueportugal.com if you're interested. It's pretty sweet. What you doing, man? Put the cream on, put the cream on. You got to keep safe out there, man. The sun's a bad thing.
Slip, slop, slap.
So there's a party tonight. What is it again? We paddled southwest out of Burgau to an old wreck, and apparently it was a barge carrying rocks for a pier in the area, and then it floundered and sank. And it's extremely clear, especially on a day like today, and it's easy to find in about 5 meters of water. So I've seen something over here. Oh, there it is. What is that? It's looks like a Nick. What you doing, buddy?
Just having a little swim down on the wreck.
We paddled onto the beach with no sand. Apparently there is some sand here occasionally, but not right now, just after winter. All right, it's a beautiful day out here. It really is stunning. And the water is so clear, so warm. There's no wind. It's fantastic. But we're going to try and head off to that beach over there and see if it's doable. And then we've got to go and have some lunch. It's only 10:30.
don't know if I'm going to keep it at that. Working on the brand around.
Sure. Love this little alleyway, it's so nice. Yeah. We really got to rent a house here for like a week or a few days at least. Yeah. This looks better than a gin and tonic.
It's more refreshing.
Cheers. Cheers, my brew. So, 2 beach beds and a parasol is 25 euros for the day. And don't miss this. If you come to Portugal, it's the oldest tradition to have a donut on the beach. They're called bol de bolinho. Make sure you have one. It's classic Portugal. And there would be guys running around shouting, bol de bolinho, bol de bolinho. It's nice, but it's such a classic Portuguese thing. And he's like done a nice marketing of it.
Do not worry, be happy.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
But that's such a classic Portuguese thing. Every time you go to the beach, you have to have a donut.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's like, it goes back, I don't know how many years, but it's a classic Portuguese summer thing. Thank you very much.
I thought I saw something quite far out, looked like waves. I thought, where are the waves out there? They've just been trailing along. Okay, cool. Yeah. I am cooking. And you're totally entitled to this kind of thing. But say that's hot.
All that work, and that's where it goes, man.
That's where it goes.
That's why you work out.
So I can eat this stuff.
And that, I think, is a pretty comprehensive look at Burgau. Obviously, there's still some more stuff to explore, so get over there and check it out yourself, whether you're coming on a holiday or a scouting tour to live in Portugal. Let us know if you need any help at algarveaddicts.com. Just drop a little line in the contact form and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Have a fantastic week, and next week we're heading out to the islands near Faro, the island of Culatra in particular, and that was a really, really fun journey, so don't miss next week. See you later. algarveaddicts.com. We'll see you next week, but if you need any help relocating to the Algarve, click through to our website, algarveaddicts.com. We offer tours, immigration assistance, long-term rentals, and we can buy you a house.